That, my friends, is the sound of money. This is Lou, your rideshare coach. Good morning, good people. This is Lou, your rideshare coach. Sharing, just want to peel back the layers a little bit and take you back to my first time taking a Lyft ride. And I've touched on some of this stuff in my first couple of episodes, but I just wanted to reapproach it as things occur. You know, you can see a thing, and on a particular day, your description of it comes from a different perspective, a different angle. And my thought here is that there's some of you who have actually completed the application. You have been approved to drive, but you haven't gotten out and taken your first ride. And in what I do in communicating with some of these drivers, I actually had a gentleman that said to me, he said, "Honestly, Lou, I'm nervous." And I sort of smiled and said, "Man, I understand exactly where you are. I understand exactly how you feel." As I was nervous myself when I started. I was just unsure, given the state of the world, crazy things that happen, you kind of feel like you're a target. And at the same time, as I said in that previous episode, I can't let fear dictate my daily steps. If you are an individual who operates from a religious or a spiritual base, you understand where I'm coming from when I say that, the universe or God, some of us phrase it a little differently. Whatever you receive is how you receive it. No disrespect. It's all love, especially from this perspective. But we can operate in fear. When we do, heck, we'll never leave our houses. We're always on the lookout for things. Life, my friends, is supposed to be lived and lived courageously. It just is. And for those of you who are believers, our Father in heaven created us in His image in order that we proceed in a bold manner. When we're living correctly, when we're living our purpose, when we're doing the things we're supposed to be doing. Others may take the approach that, these things were created for us to master and conquer, and the universe is here at our disposal. And again, whenever your approach is to this type thing, it all involves being decided, being decisive, and moving forward. And yes, there are going to be things that we are afraid of, things that make us nervous, things that make us uncomfortable. But last I checked, all of the growth in life it comes from the discomfort. Everything you have is already there for you. Okay, this is the phrase. Forgive me. This is live, right? At the moment. So everything that you have is in your comfort zone, and everything that you want lives outside your comfort zone. So just by that fact alone, you're going to have to step outside your comfort zone to get what it is you want. Okay. I can remember back in the mid 90s when I was doing multi-level marketing. I love the whole concept of it. I love the thought that I was my own boss. I could set my own time. I didn't have to call in sick. I didn't have to get somebody to work my schedule for me. It was all on me. I got what I worked for. And I love that concept. And again, this is me in the mid 90s, right? Early 90s, I'm sorry, like 93, 92, 93. Early 90s, that was my mindset, right? And I pulled those things into the here and now. Also, in those times and sitting in meetings and conferences and stuff, you listen to people who've been successful. Somebody said something to me that really, really stood out. It just really stayed with me. And the gentleman said, an extra $500 a month would change a family's lifestyle completely. And I was like, wow, because in your brain you start saying, okay, if I had an extra $500 a month, Shoot, that's a car note. That could be rent. That could be mortgage. That could be some bills paid off. That could be money saved towards a thing. There's a whole lot. And so those thoughts, guys, I'm bringing forward on purpose. You know, the independence of working for yourself, setting your own schedule, deciding to make money when you want to make money, not having to answer to a boss. I love those concepts, and the ability to maybe make an extra $500 a month with goal. And this is like 92, 93. My mindset was. I bring that to the here and now with Lyft. You have, and Lyft answered those things for me, albeit some double digit years later, guys. With Lyft, you are your own boss. You set your time schedule, when you drive, when you don't drive. If you don't want to drive, just don't turn on the app. The only thing the Lyft is going to ask is that you keep your documentation current, driver's license current, proof of insurance current, registration current. Outside of something negative that can that may happen on the road or with complaints from passengers, again, refer back to keeping our car clean and being customer service oriented. You're going to continue being an active driver. Okay, guys. So you set your own schedule. You decide when you want to drive. You are your own boss. You know, you can do this a lot. You can do this none. You may have an hour or two a week and may want to decide to go out and make lunch money. You may want to go out and make enough money to buy groceries. You may just want to go out and make enough money to fill your tank up. Whatever the case may be, or you may want to go full time. You know, whatever the case may be, the opportunities are there. Like everything, it involves work. There are many times, though, it's like I describe to people, it's like the fish are jumping in the boat. You're like, whoa, these rides are coming and the rates I'm getting are ridiculous. Are ridiculous in a good way. So, guys, I went through the nervousness. I had to step outside my comfort zone. I had to see for myself that this was a valid, viable, real thing, and it proved to be. And here I am 4 years later, and thankful to be able to take those experiences, which I never saw this coming. In this instance, having a podcast talking about ride sharing and Lyft. Thankful to be able to look back and to pull from those experiences and share this with you. So, guys, this is Lou, your rideshare coach, signing off. I hope that you get something valuable out of this post. I know that some of this can be a repeat, but sometimes, like me, guys, there's some things I need to hear more than once. And what I'm going to do in the very near future is I'm going to pull a couple of other well-experienced drivers, those who've been driving as long as me, some maybe a little longer if I could find those, but I'm one of the first in Nashville. But those who've done several thousand rides and wouldn't mind sharing with you what it was like to go back and to go through the experience of how they felt during the first ride. So hopefully that'll be of value to you as well. So Lou, checking out your rideshare coach. See you guys in the next episode. Bye for now.